So excuse my situation. 'Tis allergy season. And I went somewhere where there was cigarette smoke for 30 minutes last night. I need money. I need money. My businesses are struggling because it's getting harder and harder to do some of the things that I've done to fund them. You know, I'm 30. My body doesn't recover like it used to. And my allergies are the worst they've ever been in my life. So I went somewhere for 30 minutes last night to try and make some money where there was cigarette smoke. I made $4 and I couldn't breathe. Had to go. And I'm paying for it now. Anyways. I was working with a kid the other day. Yeah, I do whatever it takes to make money to spend it on children that are not mine. Yes, that is how important special needs children and spreading awareness about them and you know, providing resources to them is to me. Breaking my neck out there. Anyways, the other day I was working with a client and he was in a very chill mood versus the past couple of days we had played really big, chasing and running around and everything. And there was another kid who wanted to play with us because he had played with us the day before when we were running around playing chase. And I taught him my turn, which was one of his goals in his program, my turn. And they had been working on it. And all I had to do was grab a toy, gain his interest by being interested in it myself, and then making him want to turn, and then teaching him, well, if you want to turn, you say my turn, and then we'd chase him around, and then I'd say my turn, and get it back, and then he'd chase me, and then he'd have to say my turn to get it back, and I praised him, and yeah, my turn, have a turn, you know, all this stuff, right? So the other kid who was older had jumped in that game with us. And so come the next day, he wanted to play with us again. And when he played with us, I like sped up, you know, when he had it and like made him really run too. I'm like, bet you want to play with me? Like say. I don't take it easy on kids, which is a common misconception with me. And also why I'm cool being called the wild nanny, because like, I'm gonna talk to them like I talk to you. And they get it, and you don't have to sugarcoat things with them. And that is how you challenge them. Their vocabulary, their communication skills, you know, their listening, you know, and their athleticism. If you're going to play a game with Ms. Mila, you got to try to win. Like, you have to try to learn and grow in some way. I'm going to push you. I'm not going to let you win. Like, that doesn't teach them anything. And so the next day he wanted to play with us again. Mind you, in a one-on-one behavior therapy setting, your kid should be with you and you should be on them like a shadow. So in no situation should 4 children have been running around with me, one therapist anyways the day before. But his therapist should have been with him. And I'm trying to talk to my kid, and he was more chill and wanted to sit down. Like, we tried to get him to run, he would not. We tried multiple times. I tried to help him out and like get him to play with us. He didn't want to, and I can't turn from this kid who is my actual job and, you know, meet the needs of this kid. And that's what sucks about behavior therapy for me, is like, I have to focus on him, and so I have to like let this kid just slip through my fingers. And his therapist ended up telling him to move because this kid had been, you know, trying to play with me so much that my kid started moving away from me. I lost instructional control. What I came here to tell you is that it's called instructional control, which I was reminded of when I trained with this company recently. When you have a relationship with a child and so they are willing to listen to you, basically. That's what instructional control is. And so when he noticed that I wasn't paying as close attention to him as I was before, and that he didn't want to play with this kid, and he kept moving away and calling my name and asking, like basically asking me to come to him. And then one of the other goals that he had was stating his feelings. And so I said, let's say McGuire. I said, McGuire, how do you feel? And even though he had been telling me, answering this question, and then the day before he actually spontaneously offered up this information, which was huge for him. But today, you know, with this whole situation with the other kid, he literally wouldn't even answer me. So I lost instructional control. If they don't trust you, and if your connection doesn't make them feel good, why would they want to do whatever you're asking of them or give you whatever you want? You know? That's what instructional control is. And instructional control doesn't have to be control controlling or authoritative. It literally is just they want to do what you say and what you ask. And that is actually through fun and friendship. You'll get it way faster if you just enter their world with an invitation by showing interest in things that they actually like and having the conversations that they want to have. Think about how much of a kid's day is like, do this, do that, don't do that, don't do that, get down, get up, sit down. Like, ew, imagine living like that. You can't tell me what to do like that. And so they also need to have some control of their own and what happens in their day and who they interact with, what they play with, and how a conversation goes evenly. You know, like actually show interest in what they want to talk about and what they want to do. So once I lost instructional control with this kid, then I was pissed. And I had been seeing things in this company that I wasn't necessarily liking. But I was like, Mila, you said you wanted to get a job. Like, sales are tough and you're trying not to do that other thing. So have a job. But I just can't. Like, I cannot align myself with a company where I see any of these things happening, because, like, this is my commitment to saying something and, like, not biting my tongue and, like, sitting by while something terrible is happening. There's this poem that I really love called The Hangman, and this dude comes into town and one by one he hangs everyone in the town. He just grabs a person and hangs them every single day at the top of the morning, and everybody sat there and let him. Like, this is my commitment to not being one of the people in the town. Like, you can't do no weird stuff in front of me. I don't care who's not saying nothing. I don't care if Jesus Christ is right here, the president is right here, the Pope's right there, Oprah. I'm gonna be the one to step up and say something. And so not only was it inappropriate for her to talk to a child in this way at all, but we're in a behavior therapy setting. So technically she should have been navigating the whole experience anyways, this other kid's therapist. So when she told him to move, I literally like I was so mad. I was like, that's not what I meant, friend, but okay. And I had to take my kid and just leave the room, because like I didn't even know her. She was already leaving. But she still had like a month left. She put in notice, but you know, she was just kind of a body, and I can't be a part of a company that would let somebody just be a body for numbers. Like, that is why I have to pull back on offering services sometimes. If I know I can't do it like it needs to be done, I'm not gonna do it at all. And that's okay. Like, I literally am struggling right now because when I am not with children full time, the sales don't come in. Like, people want to see that I'm doing what I say I'm doing. I'm still doing it, even though I'm not showing it as much, but I'm having shorter visits with my kids because I can't be with them full time all day, every day. And I don't want to spend it like, hey kids, smile for the camera, Miss Mila's got a post. You know, like, that's not how we really interact. And when I do throw the camera up, like, they've given their consent, and it's just like a time that we are willing to share. It's not like a manufactured, like, oh, let's do this for the camera. Like, I just pop it up when we're already like in the thick of it. So, you know, if I can't be the person that walks up to you and be like, hey friend, what you doing? I've come here 2 times and you've been on your phone. Get your ass up and go play tag. Okay? Cool. Coffee on me. Like, if I can't be the person to walk around and respectfully, cheerfully, and lovingly coach and empower and teach other adults about interacting with these kids, then I don't want it at all. I don't. Because the kids are not who need to be taught. Sorry, but they are fully aware of everything that's going on and actually like being punished for understanding any of the context. Like, God forbid they say something back to you that you don't want to hear from your child because it says something about you. You know what I mean? I don't have a house right now because it was hard to stomach for me that the further I got into this research, the more that I learned that it is absolutely the parent. The kids are moldable. I can change a kid in an hour, couple of hours. You give me a day, oh man, that's a whole different kid coming back to you. The adults, though, their environment, it doesn't matter if you're doing everything by the book. If that doesn't work for your child, then there is something that you need to change. And you're asking me to come in and identify this and then tell you, but then when I tell people, then they want to beat me up. Literally. Like, I don't have a house right now because a couple of moms tried to square up. Y'all, I'm not even willing to fight a woman. Like, I do little punching games and I hit like a man, like actually, literally, not like I'm not saying this in a jokey way, like I'm right there. Our numbers are the same. I'm not fighting a woman, for one. Two, if I do have to put you down real quick, as it relates to the safety and well-being of these toddlers that I have inside here, you know, then I'm gonna have to call the police and file a charge against you. And like, that was just a lot of drama that I didn't expect from giving people free services. It caught me off guard. And so I literally have like this weird anxiety now toward taking on new clients. And I'm able to just go pop in and see all my regular kids, you know, my good old OG village. Like, I can just pop in and have circle time and talk to them and visit with them and, you know, take them places. And, you know, we're still having our interactions. And the goal of my work is to see the long-term effect of this very intentional, loving, kind, and fun strategy to childcare and development. Figure out what they like, use it to get into their world, and then use that to teach them. But like, literally out of a place of love. And like, I go days, I go hours, like an entire day with toddlers, multiple toddlers, and you never hear a peep, not a cry, not a wince, not a nothing. It amazed me the other day. I was with these two, a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old, two little black boys who I've identified and diagnosed as autistic. They show all of the signs. This is not a death sentence. This is not it's not something to be upset about. Like, yes, they're different, but they are just different. And that's okay. There's so many ways to use the amazing ways that their brain works to help them grow and train and exercise the ways and areas where their brains struggle. You just have to find it and find what works for each kid. And what I'm learning is that the adults are not equipped. And so I need to be training the adults. You guys, my houses were never for daycares or childcare. That I can do in my sleep. I've been taking care of children since I was 7 years old. I was 8 years old helping my mom do her overnights with a 1-year-old and an infant. I can do childcare, okay? Easily, right now, right out of my minivan. The parents need to be equipped with at least some of these strategies and tools, you know, to handle the kid and coexist fluidly with them. And not just the parents, but the child caregivers and the behavior therapists. I've trained with 2 companies this year doing behavior therapy, and the admins, the leaders, the trainers have only been doing it 3 to 5 years. One of them had been doing it 1, and I was like, what? What? I need to teach the teachers, the adults, the teachers, the therapists. That's who I need to be teaching. Yeah. And I'm not saying this in a vain way. I'm saying I have to go back to believing in myself, and that has been the struggle lately. Listen, doing the thing that I've been doing has made it very easy to fund my businesses and fund these houses and take care of other people's children, like help literally be a village. Be a village to parents, like create my own village. And now it's just like my body, my health, my allergies, my spirituality, my age. It's just time to stop doing that. And now I'm like, okay, we gotta get back to talking. I tried to have jobs this year. Y'all, I just can't do it. Because I'm so good and pure and amazing at what I do. I can't do it. I can't do it around other adults who are not only like not knowledgeable or experienced, but don't care. I'll go to war over these kids. Which is why my village has to be private and non-profit. Because you can't say that you gave me X amount of money, so you're staying in my program. Nah, fam. If your energy doesn't align with the love, respect, kindness, and safety, those are my only non-negotiables. If you're not right there, we have nothing to talk about, because I can't help you with your kid if you're not willing to look at yourself. I'm willing to look at myself, and I know that there are no demons, there are no shadows, there are no skeletons. I owe some people some money, and I might be late. Lots of all that. learned a lot about myself this year and taking things slower and like struggling financially. And what I know for sure is that I'm doing this kid stuff right. And I gotta figure out how to teach other adults in their lives how to do it. And I gotta get comfortable talking again and really sharing what the whole point of all this has been. Because I've been doing it. Whether I'm showing you or not, like this is all still happening actively.